Hey, good morning, everyone. We're here this morning. I'm standing with Fred Malinowski, Special Agent in charge with the FTA, my friend and great partner. Also, Robbery Division Commander Tinsley Gwenshaver, and also Lieutenant Catherine Richards, I'm sorry, and AC, Assistant Chief Morris, and also Commander Major Offenders Ron Borza. The reason we're here today, there have been a number of robberies of affluent community members in the Midwest area and also the Southwest areas and some of the Galleria areas. And we are working with our U.S. Attorney's Office. I want to thank them as well. U.S. Attorney Jennifer Lowry, and also our District Attorney, Kim Ogg. When I was appointed last month, I said one of my number one priorities was going to be to go after violent criminals, trigger pullers. And this is what we're doing. We have arrested 10 suspects who have been out terrorizing our community. Some of them we're pursuing federal charges on, and others county charges. Just a message to those criminals, because there are still crews out, and of these 10 criminals, they're gang members, and most of them have very, very violent records. So in my administration, you're not just going to see Troy Fenner up in the front of the camera. There are individuals, our commanders and our lieutenants, that are working extremely hard on these cases. And I want the community and I want the family to see them up here as well. But I'm going to yield right now for our special agent in charge, Fred Malinowski. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Good morning, everyone. Again, it's Fred Malinowski. I'm a special agent of Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives here in Houston. About 2 years ago, we established the Crime Gun Strike Force. Now it's about a 65-person member with agents, detectives, HPD officers, Harris County officers, Pasadena PD, and prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office and Harris County DA's office. In addition, Lieutenant Richards and her Violent Offender Squad is assigned to that strike force. The three priorities of that strike force are to investigate armed business robberies in the Houston metro area, and then multiple shootings are linked by our NIBIN ballistics program, and then gun store or federal firearms licensees burglaries. So in this investigation, the Violent Offender Squad assigned to the strike force has been working hard to identify these suspects. And ATF's role is to completely support HPD with any tool that we have. If there are opportunities for federal prosecution, in addition to the people that are arrested that the chief talked about, the 10 that have been arrested, there's 3 additional people that we believe are involved in these robbery crews that are being charged federally with other unrelated crimes. So again, we will do everything we can at the federal level to take shooters off the streets, to take armed robbers off the streets, and to try to get these violent criminals in custody before somebody really gets hurt or gets killed in these robberies. So with that, I will turn it over to the commander.
Hey, thank you. Before we turn it over to the commander, there are some questions that we will not answer. Anything that would jeopardize the investigation, because we still have other crews out there, and we're actively seeking them and going after them. So, Commander.
I want to thank everybody for attending, Chief and Chief Morris, Fred, Lieutenant Nathan Carroll, Commander Borza, Lieutenant Kathy Richards, the other chiefs that are here, and Ricky Salas, who's going to cue a video for us to watch. The reason for this meeting is essential for us to share information with our community. These are very violent gang members and crews that are out working these robberies. They're identifying them. It's very similar to the bank druggings everybody has participated in, covered before. They're identifying their targets differently. They're looking at luxury rides, exotic cars, in conjunction with flashy, expensive jewelry and high-end shopping districts and expensive restaurants. Being in a nice car in and of itself is not going to make you a target to these crews, but it's the conjunction of flashing money, expensive jewelry, and the car that these guys are looking for and trolling for through parking lots. It's important to recognize that when I know one of the questions will be where are these crimes occurring? They're occurring all over our city and into neighboring jurisdictions because the destination of the actual robbery where it's occurring is just secondary. The target locations are unique in that the locations that they're identifying, the more affluent with the money and the jewelry. But they've gone over to other jurisdictions as well. So we want to make sure that we're working together. I realize that we have to be timely in sharing information, and it was important that we start identifying similarities in the crimes and the suspects in January. But at that time, we were in the infancy stage of a very critical and complex investigation, which required us to develop strategies and intelligence, which ultimately resulted this month in multiple arrests. And in May, I think on May the 5th, we arrested 4 suspects. On May the 6th, we arrested 2 additional suspects, and at least 2 were able to elude capture. On May the 9th, we arrested additional 4. These arrests would have not been possible had we shared this information prematurely. We have to be able to follow our investigation where it takes us and reveal the information when it's timely. And we have been working in collaboration with the District Attorney's Office and District Attorney Kim Ogg, who's supporting our efforts to revoke existing bonds and to hold suspects in jail. We're also working collaboratively with Fred and the ATF Gun Strike Force team and working on, as he has said earlier, to charging federal charges wherever we can on other parties to these crimes. I think that we're going to show a video, and we're not going to disclose the location of this video. But what's important is these suspects are still committing crimes, and we've linked them to other robberies. And I want to share with you the aggressive nature of these attacks. And afterwards, we'll encourage some tips for vigilance and how to protect yourself and make yourself a smaller target.
Can you describe, Commander, what they're going to be doing here? That this is the victim right here?
This here is the victim, and approaching is a suspect vehicle. And you're going to see the aggression with which they attack him, and the weapons that they're carrying. He realizes he's in trouble too late. There's a long gun.
And then we'll go to another camera angle. And it looks like it happens within a minute, right? It's that quick.
It's very quick. It's rapid and it's very aggressive. These are not. We're going to release this video later on other platforms as well. That's what I have, Chief.
All right. Thank you very much. And closing, if we have questions, but let me say something. A message to these criminals. And you think that you're preying on our citizens in Houston, and you think you're just going to get away with it. We have task force units and crime suppression units, marked and unmarked, all over our city right now. And we are not going to stand by it, but I just want our citizens to know and be aware of this. And if somebody is following you, make sure that when you're driving up in your driveway or whatever, if you think somebody's behind you, keep going. Don't pull into your driveway. Everybody needs to know where the nearest police station is, okay? And while you're en route to that police station, get on the phone and call 911 and just tell them, hey, I'm thinking somebody is following me. We have to work together. You have to be vigilant. And I don't think we should live in fear, but we should all watch out for one another and be vigilant and understand what's going on. We've had a lot of communications behind the scenes with our criminal justice partners. Courts are opening up, and we're having laser focus on those individuals, our federal partners, our federal prosecutor, our district attorney here, and meetings with judges. We're going to start identifying and going after these violent criminals in our city, and we need to do it together. Questions?
How long has this been going on? I mean, you talk about all these in May being arrested, but you guys have been...
Yeah, it's I think the first robbery was in was it May? I'm sorry, January. But you give us more detail on it. Yeah.
It took
Yeah.
multiple offenses
Yeah.
to be able to identify the similarities, to realize we had a trend developing. And we were able to link those starting in January.
But, going forward, did you guys, I know you can't say too much, but were you guys watching them, or did you start,
There was surveillance, there was intelligence being done by other divisions within the department, and sharing that intelligence, having meetings, and being able to target, and in some cases, get pocket warrants for some of these suspects. Locating them then became the challenge.
and I guess in that regard, it's good to have a relationship with the federal government also.
Absolutely.
How important is that for everything to come together?
It's essential, because what we like to get is the higher sentencing, which the federal courts provide.
Any other
Any more
questions?
questions?
You said there's more out there. Is this one game, or is this?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
It's multiple gangs, and that's my message to them. We are on top of it, but it's something that's happening all over. We even have some individuals coming in from Louisiana, so same message to them. Anybody that's coming in our city that's trying to victimize somebody, we're gonna be on you.
We saw one video. How violent are these guys?
When you see somebody that comes up to a business, and regardless if it's a shopping mall, a hotel, or wherever it is, and get out the car and approach you with a long gun, a pistol, violent people, and these violent individuals, these are the ones that I'm talking about, that the entire community, our entire criminal justice system has to focus on. Get those individuals off the streets, lock them up, and we'll have a safer city, a safer county. Multiple cases right now, and we're still tying everything together, but we have enough information where we got pretty good information, and we're going after some criminals.
It's pretty much the same.
No, it's not. You have different groups.
But as
Yeah.
far as like being followed.
Yeah, same MO. Absolutely. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Chief.
All right.